Hi and welcome to the matting and decorating part of the class, which I'm obviously pre-recording rather than doing a live. Now, you don't want to sit and watch me do all the matting and stuff, but there are a few things that I want to go through with regard to decorating. Now, cat, sorry. The first thing that I want to say is about matting sizes. It's absolutely an individual thing how big you actually cut the pieces to be. I know some people like to have a lot of white excuse me a minute, I'm just going to go. Marth here, Marth, excuse me, go here, good girl, go on. A lot of people like to have quite a big gap around the edge of their papers. I like to leave about well, it's going to be about a 1/16 of an inch, I suppose, because what I do is I measure the piece that I need to cut the actual size of it, and then I take off an eighth of, oh, for goodness sake, an eighth of an inch. Stay. So, for instance, I know that this piece here is 8.5 inches by 5 inches. So I cut my piece of pattern paper, oh crikey, at 8 and 3/8 of an inch by 4 7/8 of an inch. And that leaves me just this little white gap here, because I don't like too much of a gap. You can see here where the edge of the paper actually is. So just to give you a bit of an idea of what I've been doing, I've matted the front and the back. I've used the same papers there, and because I want the feel of the the papers, I want them all to flow, I've actually matted these bits in the same way. So the bottom part of all of my book is this sort of chalkboardy type papers, and then in here I've used them again down here and on the part of my the closure for my waterfall, and then up here I've used these other papers. Now, I did think about using the back of them because that is really pretty, but it's not as pretty as the front, so it's going to be a little bit busy, but I'm cool with that. So the second thing that I wanted to say to you about matting, like I said, was about flow and actually considering the papers that you've got before you start to cut them out, because it is really nice if you can, I think if you're going to open your book and you're seeing here, that you've got that flow all the way through. I think that's got to be a good thing. Now, I did write down what I wanted to tell you, and I've lost my thing. Oh yeah, the other thing that I was going to say was I have matted my cover, as you can see, but I haven't decorated the front. That's actually going to be the last thing that I do after removing Martha completely, because every time I'm opening and closing it, I'm putting it down, and I don't want to wreck the front at this point by constantly pressing down and making sure that pieces fit. So there we go. Right, now what I want to show you now is about the magnets. So I'm actually ready to put the magnets here on my closures. So what I've done is I've cut these bits of the waterfall that will go there and to the other side, and I have cut these bits which go in there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly how I put my magnets on. So just excuse me one moment while I remove Martha again. Stay there. And I'm going to show you. So for this book particularly, I've used 4 magnets which I had earlier, and I've since lost, of course. I usually find them on my glasses, but tonight they've definitely gone walkabout. Hold on, I'll be back. Typical, found them right away. They were stuck to my scissors. So here we go. Here's how I'm going to put my magnets on. Right, so the first thing that I'm going to do with my magnets is I'm just going to get one. Now, I use super strong magnets, and I would say the first tip is to slide it off. Don't try and pull it off between your fingernails, because it's just not going to come. I just literally sliding it will do the trick. Now, you've got 2 ways that you can attach them here. You can either attach it with glue, or, to be honest with you, a little piece of double-sided tape with your magnet on top will do perfectly well. So I'm just going to put my magnet there. Okay, simple as that. Let me just make sure that's in shot, which it is. Right, now I've got my matting paper, so I'm just going to glue that on. So a little bit of glue. And I'm going to make sure that that is just popped on there. Oops. Very difficult doing this when it's so far away. Just make sure that my magnet is covered. Glue that down around. And make sure that is stuck down. Right. Now what I need to do is find out exactly where this magnet is going to go to clip that down. So here's how I do it. I am going to get another piece of double-sided tape and I am going to lay it, not sticky side down, the other side down, on top of where the magnet is. I'm just going to grab my other magnet. Right, now I'm going to decide, the magnet will decide which way round it wants to go, and it will now stick itself to the other magnet. Okay, once I've done that, I'm just going to make sure that that's lying flat, and I'm going to fold that down and stick it. So when I lift it up, my magnet with a double-sided tape is in the right place, and I'm just going to make sure that that's going to hold. Yes, it is. So I'm going to lift that up, lift off that piece of double-sided tape there, and I'm going to glue down this pattern paper on the top and cover my magnet. Right. Okay. There we go. So my magnet is there. So now when I shut that up, my magnet is perfectly in place and my page is matted. So I'll just show you once more how to do that on the other side. I'm going to just use a little piece of double-sided tape where I want my magnet to go. Don't put it too near the edge up here, because it will make your paper bunch up and it'll look a little bit unsightly. So do try and keep it down a little way. So I'm going to slide off my magnet, put that one somewhere safe, just pop it down where I want it to go, and then add on my pattern paper. And make sure that that's covered and that my magnet is well enclosed under the patterned paper. Okay, make sure that's stuck down well. I'm going to get another piece of double-sided tape. I'm going to lay that down, non-sticky side down, so sticky side up, and my magnet is going to find its partner, and I'm going to lay that down over here, pull that back, and my magnet will be placed perfectly. So take off that piece of double-sided tape. I'm going to glue this piece and make sure that my magnet is well enclosed. Okay, there we go. So now when I open up my book, my closures are both done. and my waterfall is started. So what I'm going to do now is carry on matting and decorating, and that isn't at all in the middle, but never mind. And then I will come back and show you what I've done. But there is the book so far. Okay then.